What's up, Gary? What's up, Sheets?
We're gonna do a little bit of cutting. First, we're gonna clean up this metal.
I got a bunch of this. What's up, Scoot? I got a bunch of this. I got a few pieces of this flat stock. So this is I think it's 6-inch wide, 8-foot long, flat plate, flat bar. It's got a little surface rust on it, but nothing major. So what we'll do, all this stuff, well, we won't leave it, we'll just say that. So we're gonna take this and we're gonna clean off the surface scale off of it. So when I go to cut it, it'll cut a little bit, just to clean it up, just clean it up. So that's what we're gonna do. I have to cut, I need two, no, actually, so the piece that I need is 3 inches by 55 inches. That's the piece that I need. Well, I can't cut 55 inches because table's only 48 inches. So we're gonna cut that in half. Half of 55 is 25. Half of 5 is 2.5. 5, 6, 7, 27.5. So need to cut two pieces, 3 inches wide by 27.5 long. Actually need four pieces. And then we'll just put them together in the middle. So that's what we're gonna do. So what we're doing is we're cutting these pieces here. So from there to there is 55 inches long. So we need 4 pieces. So that's what we're gonna do. So we'll put this phone down, set it over there, hook this up, clean all this scale off of it. And then we're gonna go over there and we're gonna draw up hold on a second, let me think about this. Let's try to use as much as materials we can use. So this is 6 inches. So if we cut it, so I don't have a lot of waste. And from the bottom of that, so if we make it, so that's 3 inches. So if I want it to sit right there, if I make it 2.5, but see, I don't know if I want to do that or not because 3 inches would be good and it'd be right there on that roll. And then when I do the body work, it won't be no lip. So if we go 2 3/4, it'll sit right there. And when we flip the frame upside down, we can weld the bottom of it. What's up, Cars in the Cut? I'm trying to get away without wasting a lot of material. So 3 inches would be great. Because if I'd done that, it would sit there and it would grab right there and then I could weld it and then we could smooth the edges and it'd be right there at the bottom. We smooth it. We're just gonna do it 3.5. We're gonna just do it 3. Because my plate's only 6. So we'll just have some waste. So if we do 3 and 3, it won't cut it. So we'll just do 3 and that'll leave us 3. And it'll leave a decision. What did I make this? I made that 3 3/4. Yeah, that's too wide on the outside. Let's get down here. Let me get down here and live with it for a second. Let's just make it 3 1/4. Because 3 3/4 is flush. If we make it 3 1/2, 3 1/2 is too tall. 3 3/8. Let's see if it's the same everywhere. Let's just make it 3 3/8. That's 3 1/2, 3 1/2. 3 1/2, 3 1/2. Let's just make it 3 1/2. Let's just make it 3 1/2. Let's just make it 3 1/2. Yeah, let's just make it 3 1/2. 3 1/2 by 27 1/2. We'll just do that. We'll just do that, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. We'll just do that. We'll just do that. Look. Nice and clean, nice and clean, nice and clean. Just square this up a little bit. Eleven and a half. 12 and 3/8. Eleven and a half, or excuse me, 12 and a half. 12 and a half. 12 and a half. All right, so we're gonna draw some pieces up. What's up, Elko? What's up, Gary? Let's see. So we're gonna do, no, we don't wanna save it. So we're gonna do, what did we say we're gonna do, 3 and a half? 3 and a half, ain't that what we said? Let's go double check. Didn't we say we're gonna do it 3 and a half? Hey, Elko. Elko, look, made these this morning. Put them right in there, reinforce that, plug weld it, and then we'll put the chain bridge in. Yeah, 3 and a half. 3 and a half. 3 and a half by 27 and a half. So that's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna draw a box. So we're gonna do 27 and a half. Then we're gonna do 3 and a half. So what we're doing is just making some outside plates. Just making some outside plates. I still got to tweak the box feature, like drawing a box. Still messing with that. So we got 27. So there's our box. So let's just zoom in a little bit. Let's pan it over. All right, that's pretty much it. 27 and a half by 3 and a half. That's a finished sketch. Let's add some dimension to it so we can kind of look at it. So we just say it's an inch. So now we're just gonna look at it just to show you. So right there's our part. There's our part. All right, so go back over here to manufacturing. There's our manufacturer part. We go to setup, hit new setup. Go down here to model orientation. We're gonna start in the top left-hand corner. We're gonna start in that top corner right there. All right, so stock, no additional stock. Post-process, we're just gonna leave it that right there because we're gonna delete it. We're gonna go over here to cutting, go down to 2D profile, select our tool. It's a plasma cutter. Go over to our library, scroll down to the library until we find the plate or the thickness. So right here it is, 187. I know it's a little thick, but that's what I got, so it'll be all right. Geometry, we're gonna cut the face. We're not gonna mess with any of that. We are gonna smooth the edges though. And we're gonna leave that at 90. And we're gonna leave the lead in distance at 0.2 or 0.19. We're gonna tell it we want it to start up here in the top left-hand corner. We're gonna hit OK. Then we're gonna go over here to our G codes, post-process. We're just gonna leave it like that. Hit post-process. Yes, we wanna overwrite that. All right, we took that. We close this window out, open up fire control. Now we're gonna open up fire control. I gotta go over there and turn the plasma on. So now we're gonna go up here to our file, open our file, plate 1, that's what we're gonna do. We're going to set our program origins. This is what I do in my head. I say it over and over and over in my head. So I'm just talking out loud for you guys. So that's our program origin. We're gonna tell the plasma to start right there. So we're gonna move it over to that position. All right, so that's where we're gonna tell it's our home position, right there. So we 0 all axis. So now it told the computer that, hey, this is where we're gonna start at. Let me set the camera, let me set the phone down, let me go over here because I don't wanna bump nothing. And let me turn the plasma on. I forgot to turn it on. I gotta get down. Get down like James Brown. I still ain't made the stand to hold the plasma on the wall. We'll get there. All right, so we're actually going to cut one, and then we'll cut another one, all right? So here we go, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. Let's make sure everything's good. Yep. What's up, Matt? What's up, Elko? What's up, Josh? Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. All right. So now we're going to, shouldn't be that hot. Nah, she ain't that hot. She ain't that hot. You know what? What I should have did? Well, it's all right. Never mind. I'll just keep it to myself. So now when we weld that corner weld, we weld all that, it'd be good. So there's one. Now we need to cut 3 more, or 3 more. I seen that, Mac. I seen that. Oh, I don't want to mess my hand up. I seen that. Let me y'all just hang tight. Just bear with me. Just bear with me. All right, we gotta square this one up. Two and a half. We laid that one right on point. All right, we're gonna have to move it over just a little bit. Zero all axis. So we good to go. Let's go on and cut the number 2 route. The reason why it was sparking so much is because it was running right on that rib. See that? I should have did better. See that? I should have moved it over. I might have to go buy me some Betsy clamps from daggone Harbor Freight. So when we go to put these plates on here, I can clamp it down. Clamp it down. So now I'd have much rather made this in one piece, but I just can't, because I just can't. So what we'll do is when we put this together, we'll leave a little gap right there, and then we'll just weld it. We'll weld it to itself and to the frame, and then we'll clean it up. When we do all the body work, you won't be able to see it. And then the next piece is going to be interesting. Not today, is cut this piece right here So probably want to cut this radius piece first. You know what? I mean, to be honest with you, I'd love to cut the whole arch. You know, I'd love to cut the whole arch, but probably gonna, you know, just for cut this piece because it's narrow and then it wides out and then it comes around and then cut the arch and then it'll be one, two, it'll probably be one, two, three pieces on this side too. So let's clean some metal up. If you're happy and you know it, clamp it down, clunk, clunk. If you're happy and you know it, clamp it down, clunk, clunk. I got another piece of metal out here beside the shop. I'm gonna go pick it up and bring it in here and we'll clean it off. So y'all hang tight. Y'all hang tight. This piece a little bit more. This piece here a little bit more gnarly. A little bit more gnarly on this one. This one's a little bit more gnarly. It's all right though. Ain't nothing high build primer won't cover. Or high build epoxy, excuse me. High build epoxy. I blow everything off. What's up, Tulu? All right, we're gonna zero all axis, and here we go. All right, we're gonna move it around. Had to split the difference. Yeah. Yeah. Watching old Lucille Ball. I got the volume turned down so I don't get copyrighted. What's up, Mark? Welcome to the channel, Mark, from Scotland. What's up, Grease Spot? Hot, right out the press. She's a hot. Hot, right out the press. All right, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. So that's the outer pieces. Now I'll clean up all this. Clean this all up with a wire wheel, get all the surface rust off, and then I'll brush on some of that metal conditioner before we weld all this on there. I actually ordered a new, the lead said, it said the new lead will be here Tuesday. So basically what this is gonna do is, it cut these the other day. Look, it cut these the other day, look. This is 3/8 plate, Grease Spot. Look, it cut these. We cut this the other day. These are the caps for that. So this actually goes right there. Yeah, so that's that. And then there's the pumps. Yeah, there's the pumps. So, so these pieces right here will be reinforcing the frame on the outside. And then those pieces that are reinforced the frame on the inside. And then I'm gonna have to spend a little time drawing these pieces up. This from here to here. So I'll have to, what I'll do is I'll put a piece of cardboard up there and trace it out. And then I'll have to draw this piece. And then we'll cut more out for this. And we'll probably go to somewhere right here, and then we'll make the arch. We'll make the arch piece, and then we'll make this piece here, and we're gonna reinforce the whole chassis, the whole thing. We're gonna reinforce. What's up, Lee? I'm in Lee's world right now, boys. So yeah, so these pieces right here will go right there. 2 on this side, 2 on that side, and here's these are the boxes that we made the other day to reinforce these perches. And then this plate here is for the inside to box all this in. And we're gonna cut this out. I'm gonna make a template and cut this out and make a new one of these where the body mount goes. And then we're gonna bring the reinforcement. We'll probably make this piece from here to here in one piece. And then we'll make this piece from here to here in another piece. And then we'll go from there to do that piece. But I'm not taking the front suspension off yet until we get everything done in the back. I got to go see a guy next week to see if he can cut the 9-inch rear end down to 55. I got to go see if a guy, I know he can, but he's retired, so I don't know if he'd be interested in doing it. But we got to cut. I got a 9-inch rear end for this car, so we're going to take this rear end out, and I need him to cut the 9-inch rear end down to the same width as the G-body rear end. And they make brackets. You can buy them. They make these brackets. You can buy them. Those lower perch bars and these to go on and put on the 9-inch. And then once he does that, then I can bolt the 9-inch in just for a mock-up. And then go ahead and C-channel the top of the, go ahead and put a piece of C-channel on top of the rear end. I made these this morning. I made these weld onto the rear end on the C channel. This is for the chain bridge. And then these power balls will weld onto the C channel on the rear end. We'll do that. So these pieces here, these power balls right here will weld on, they'll weld in place to this. And then this is what it'll look like that. It'll look like that. Appreciate that, Lee. That'll be like that. And then the chains will go from here to there. Here's the pumps. Here's the pumps my buddy JoJo built me out in SoCal. So Red's pumps. There's all those. Let me set the chain bridge up in there so y'all can see. So let me, y'all just hang tight for just a second. So the chain bridge, it's just sitting there, but you kind of get the idea. The chain bridge is set right there. And then once I get it in and tacked in, I'm gonna cut these off. I'm gonna measure this I'm gonna measure where the shock's mounted at, right? And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a new bracket. I'm gonna make a new bracket that comes out and is broke down on a piece of channel and then comes over. So I'm gonna redo all this, make a whole new bracket, and then weld it to the chain bridge. And since we can cut it out on the burn table, we'll cut this hole out and then these holes, and then we'll go from there so we can still run shocks. I have an F body. Okay, cool. Here's the, I told y'all the other day, when I cut this 3/16 shorter. And the reason why is because these are the plates that I made before I went live. These plates will actually go right here like that, and they will be plug welded and welded in, and then the chain bridge will weld to that. It will weld to this instead of the frame. So I hope that makes sense to somebody. And then I'll clean all this up. These link bars, won't be using these no more. Gonna use chromoly link bars. Actually brace everything up. Gonna run chromoly tubing from there all the way up to the front right here with a chromoly support bar, another chromoly support bar, and then I'm going to put cross braces in between, right? And then I'm going to build a custom cross member for the transmission. Yeah. So I appreciate that. I appreciate that, Lee. Lee, this is my first chain bridge. This is my first chain bridge build. And then the caps, these will weld on top of these, which is all 3/8 plate. Those will weld on that. And then the cylinders will come through here. Like I said, I got a new welder and lead ordered for my welder, and I ordered new rollers. Mike, I appreciate that comment. You're like, hey, you might need to get new rollers too. So I went ahead and ordered new rollers too. My welder does good, but there's a kink in it. And you see, it's got a little like air, that's porosity. That's just unacceptable. I mean, the welds are good, but that porosity is just no good. So I just ordered a new lead. Actually, I ordered a heavy duty lead. Like I said, it's supposed to be here Tuesday or Wednesday next week. And then when that happens, then we'll finish welding up the chain bridge. And then we will start welding up all this other stuff. Lee, I don't know. Lee, you still on here? Let me go turn these fans off. y'all know I like to run my live 60 minutes, so we at 50-minute mark. Who else got messed up this morning when they woke up and it was daylight savings time? Well, I don't know. Most of you probably don't do daylight savings time. There's some places that don't do it. We do it. I wish we didn't do it. Okay, here's the Impala, Lee. So here's the Impala. You probably missed that. Got the shifter. Let me go over here and show you. Got it in the house. Got it back in here. Got the shifter put in. This is a LaCar shifter for a 700R and a 4L60 and a 4L80. So y'all want a good clean shifter in y'all's old schools, man? Stay away from them damn ratchet shifter, damn shifters, man. They junk, man. Get you something nice like this, man. And then I made an access panel right here where I can get to it and adjust it. Do you run a wire cleaner before the feet? Yeah, I do. Like the little piece of Scotch-Brite with a paper clip on it. Yep. So that's that. Let me show you something else. Lee, if you're still in here. Lee, honestly, I want to get all the metal work as perfect as possible. If I can get the metal work perfect as possible, like perfect, I would rather have it powder coated. But I got a feeling that my OCD's not going to let me do it. So once I get all the metal work done, I'm going to have it media blasted. Then I'm going to look at it. And if it don't look like it's going to be nice, then I'm going to spray it with 2K epoxy, high build primer, and then I'm going to sand the whole friggin' chassis. And then I'll come back and I'll paint it. I would much rather have it powder coated because powder coating would hold up better, but the metal work has to be flawless. Has to be flawless. And then here's the chassis. This is what color the chassis is going right there. So the chassis is going that color. The upper and lower control arms are going that color right there. And then I think the springs, I don't know what color the springs are going to go. We decided the other day, but I don't know. I can't remember. Here's the trunk, Lee. I don't know if you've seen it. Here's the trunk. I got the trunk done, Lee. Got it done the other day. So we got it all done. And now I got to put the air ride stuff back in there. I'm gonna build him a package tray. The one that's in it is it's unacceptable. I got this drain. I got to put this on too. I got him to get this for me right here. This is an auto drain. It's gonna be an auto drain for the air tank. So all this stuff right here. This is a solenoid. Here's the 90, and here's the little push button. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna install this on the tank. And probably what I'm gonna do is I'm probably gonna take this button and I'm probably gonna hide this button somewhere back here. And I'm gonna tell him like once a week or something, just come out here and just hit this button, hold it for like 10 seconds to purge the water out of the tank. Just psh. So I appreciate it, Lee. So we got that, but I made a new policy. I'm not working on client stuff on the weekends. I work way too much on everybody's stuff. I was gonna say crap, but here's the dry shaft. If you missed that, here's the new dry shaft for the Impala right there. There's the new dry shaft. I looked up street chargers. You do have to run two, one for each. Okay, appreciate that, Mike. Well, see, I didn't know. I knew they're new because back in the day when I had hydraulics, there wasn't street chargers. You had to have and I still have my original battery charger from when I had hydraulics on my little Toyota pickup truck. I still have that charger. But I do know that now technology has changed and they make street chargers. So I didn't know. That's why I was telling you if I had to have one or two. So on the G body, I'm actually going to get the Cutlass. I'm actually going to get the Cutlass back up here on the lift. Or I'd rather get it back up here, but I might just do it down there. I'm gonna go down there and measure, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and just cut 2 holes in the floor, because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take some tubing uprights and put on the chassis like that, and then weld them to the chassis. So there'll be like one here and one here. They'll be like sticking up through the floorboard, right? And then what I'm gonna do is I'm going to build my rack. I'm gonna build my battery rack, 3 batteries on this side, 3 batteries on that side, and then the pumps in the middle, and then all my solenoids. I'm gonna build my rack, and then once I build it on the table and it fits in the car down there, then I'm going to transfer the uprights to the chassis here, and I'm gonna weld them to the chassis. And then I'm gonna go ahead and put the pumps and stuff, mount all that, and the solenoids. I'm not gonna buy the batteries, but I am gonna go get the measurements for the batteries so I can build the tray, because I don't wanna buy the batteries and then have them for a year and, you know, the warranty's out on them. So I'm gonna buy the batteries just as soon as I need them, then I'll buy them. But I wanna go ahead and build the rack and go ahead and bolt all this stuff in. And then what I can do is I got all the hydraulic lines. JoJo from SoCal sent me everything. I got everything for the system. I got it all. So he did me a solid on that. So I got everything from JoJo from SoCal Reds Hydraulics. He really looked after me. He really did. Super nice. Got all the clear. Got everything right. So, and then I'm gonna build all that, and then all the hydraulics will be here. Then what I can do is I can just dry run the hoses to the cylinders, and then I can just dry run everything up here, because when we get to the front, all this has to come off. I'm gonna have to build a jig or a fixture to hold this. I'm gonna cut these A-arms and add 1 inch, and then we're gonna plate all this. Now, I'm probably gonna buy the plate kit for the front A-arms just for a couple reasons. 1, I'm going to buy them to save time. 2, I'm going to buy them so I can copy them. So I can put them in my computer. And then I'm going to have them. So I'm basically going to buy the information is what I'm going to do. And I'm going to extend these A-arms out 1 inch. I was looking at the big dog heim joints for the upper control arms. But JoJo told me, he said, if you're not bouncing, if you're not doing high lockup and you're not doing competition, don't worry about them. Just run the Napa unbreakable, the big ones, but they are breakable, but buy the big ones and change all this out. Now, I do know there's a lot of guys that are putting S10 Blazer, 2-wheel drive Blazers, 99 to like 2006, front spindles, and the disc brake conversion on G-bodies and on the rear axle. Well, I'm not running a G-body rear end, I'm running a 9-inch. So I also know that JoJo says that they run Caprice, 79 to like early 90s, Chevrolet Caprice spindles on their cars, because you get the bigger brakes, or the brakes are better, and you get the bigger ball joints. But it's the big 5, right? It's the big 5, not the little 5. This is the little 5, like 4 3/4, and then the Caprice is 5 on 5. Well, if I'm going to change the axles in the back, it really doesn't matter, and I can just do the big on the front. And then when Juan, my buddy Juan at Lux, and that's LUXOR, Wire Wheels out in Cali, he says when you're ready for the wheels, you let me know and we'll make them, we'll send them to you. So We're going to run 100 twisted spokes on it, and they're going to color match them. I got to send them a spray coupon of the orange on a metal coupon, and they're going to color match the spokes. Yep. That's where I'm gonna get it from, Lee. Don't tell nobody. That's where I'm gonna get it. Yes, yeah. Once it's all done, Mike. Once it's all done and all the fabrication and all that, then I'm gonna have it media blasted. Then once I have it media blasted, then I'll know what everything looks like, and then I'll decide that day whether to just go ahead and epoxy it and powder coat it. But the A-arms, the upper and lower control A-arms, they're gonna get jet hot coated to that color right there, to that chrome. And then I don't know about the springs. We're not leaving the springs red. I don't know, we might. I don't know. Reds, hydraulics, reds. I don't know, we might leave them red to be contrast. I don't know. I hadn't decided yet. But I do know all the suspension stuff up front, we'll have it powder coated satin black. Well, the sway bar, it'll be gone, so we won't use it, so it'll be gone. We've already made the engine mounts for it. Yeah, right there, chrome. Yep, right there. Yep. So, yeah. So, that's where we're at, boys and girls. Oh, yeah, and Viking hoses. I'm going to take all the gas line off. And then since it's going to be fuel injection, you know, it's going to have the 4.3 V6 out of a 2018 Silverado with a 6L80 transmission. So it's going to be fuel injection, which is supported by Holley. So all the lines will be Holley fuel lines. So all the fuel lines will be gone. Now the brake lines, I'm going to get all the brake lines off without messing them up. Try to keep them as good as I can get. And then I'm going to have them redo all the brake lines as well, too. Oh, chrome springs. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. So that's where we're at, boys and girls. I appreciate everybody tapping in. You know, I was going to make this members only, and I'm going to be honest with you, man. I hit the button and started recording or started going live, and I already started. And a couple people already jumped in, and I said, piss on it, we'll just leave it. But I am going to do some members-only videos, but just a little update, or just... Oh, one more thing. Lee, my 77 MC frame is painted already, but I may get a plate kit and do it. So yeah. Hey, there's one more thing I want to show you, Lee. Hey, Lee, you know on these Impalas, there's a bracket right there that holds a speaker. Right, the bracket that holds the speaker underneath the dash. Well, it was non-existent on this car, so we made one the other night. So I drew one up, cut it out, and made a bracket for the Impala to bolt up there to where it's supposed to bolt, so the speaker's sitting in there. So we're gonna do all that tomorrow. One box of the sound deadening, yeah, it's gonna go right in there where it's supposed to go. So we just made one, cut it out, put it together, bam, there she is. We done. Another box of sound deadening came, but there's supposed to be another box. He said he ordered 2, so we'll go ahead and put that in tomorrow. So tomorrow we'll get the dry shaft in, we'll clean the car out, we'll get all the sound deadening in. It's gonna be a busy day tomorrow. Get all the sound deadening in, get the air ride stuff, get it back out. It's right here. Get it, fix it where I can put the drain on it, slide it back to where it needs to go, and then just keep on pucking with it. And then get the radio in, get the speakers wired up. It's nothing crazy. It's just 6.5 in the dash and the little speaker right there that we put in right there. And then I told y'all I'm thinking about making him a tray at the back, and that's motivation from Tulu and 84 Cuddy, because they just literally took a piece of cardboard. Appreciate that, Tulu. They literally took a piece of cardboard and just wrapped it in foam and stapled it. So I'm gonna try to make him something nice to go back there, and then we'll go from there. So there's not a deadline on the car, but there is a deadline on the car. He would like to have the car back by the end of the month. So we literally have 29 days to get this son of a gun together, or get everything going before you can drive it. But we'll get there. We'll get there. The engine's new, transmission's new. We've already ran the engine. We just got to do some cleaning up, wash the car. He's not worried about painting it right now. Clean up, bleed the brakes, get the shocks on the front, get the dry shaft in, and go from there. And then we got to rebuild the gauge cluster. Got to make sure the speedo works and the gas gauge works. And we got to build a bracket. Damn, I forgot about that. Got to build a bracket to hold the air ride. And also we got to get I got to tell him to order the AC controller like we put in the Chevrolet truck. I need him to order me a controller like this for the air conditioner so I can put it in there too, because the air conditioner don't work on the factory impala gauges or the slide switches. So we need to get one of these. So what's up 84? Appreciate that, Tulu. Yeah, I seen that. I seen him in his little short. I commented on it where he was stapling it together with those little brad nailer. Yeah, he's doing a good job on that. Everybody's doing a great job, man. Everybody that's actually out there putting in work is actually doing an awesome job. Everybody. So I don't want to call one person's name out and forget somebody. Everybody that we associate with and we see on a daily basis, everybody is doing great. Everybody's out there grinding. Everybody's working. Everybody's being motivated. Everybody's out there doing something with their time, because time is non-returnable. Non-returnable. Because once that sand glass is empty, there ain't no more restarting. So when people tell me that, when I see people online and in real life say, man, I'm bored, I ain't got nothing to do. I'm bored, I ain't got nothing to do. And I'm thinking to myself, you a grown-ass man and a grown-ass woman and you bored and you ain't got nothing to do. How depressing is that? And I've said this many, many times before. How depressing that you say, I'm bored and I ain't got nothing to do. Man and woman. I see them in real life and I see them on YouTube. And I'm thinking to myself, you only get 86,400 seconds in a day, and you're sitting around doing nothing, and you're saying, I'm bored. If you're bored, just keep it to yourself. But when you out here saying, I'm bored and I ain't got nothing to do you know there's people laying in hospice right now? There's people in the nursing home right now that wish they had the time that you're sitting there wasting? Do you know that there's somebody right now, today is their last day, that they wish they had more time? It's like, man, I wish I had more time. And you got folks out here just wasting time doing nothing. And then they complain or they say, I ain't got nothing to do. I'm bored. I don't even know how that even comprehends in my brain that you're sitting around and saying that I don't have anything to do. If I'm sitting, when my wife wants to watch a movie or something, or wants to watch a TV show, and I sit in there for more than 2 hours, I feel bad, like I need to go do something. I need to go do something. And then I go, well, I ain't going to bed right now. I'm going to stay up a little bit later and do this and do this and do that and do this. Because I'm afraid that when I go to sleep, that I'm wasting time that I should have been doing something. So I get about 4, maybe 5 hours of sleep at night. And I've not had no caffeine in over a month and a few days. Yeah. I just don't understand. I just don't understand. So if you say, I'm bored, I ain't got nothing to do, sheesh. Hey, Tulu. Now, y'all know that Tulu, the first person that I heard say, sheesh, was Tulu. But let me tell you something. I've been watching I Love Lucy, and one of the episodes, Ricky Ricardo told Lucy, says, Lucy, I don't know why you keep doing that. And she kept doing it, and he's like, sheesh. Yeah, Ricky Ricardo said it too. So, but Tulu, I heard it from Tulu first, so it's Tulu saying, not Ricky Ricardo's. But I heard Ricky Ricardo on I Love Lucy on Lucille Ball. He said, sheesh. And I died laughing. I said, damn, Ricky Ricardo's copping Tulu. But it's all good. It's all good in the neighborhood. Well, I guess the series quit. I got to go over there and hit replay. And somebody's probably wondering why my TV's like that, why one side of it's dark and one side of it ain't. That TV right there was throwed off in the ditch on the road that I live on. It was just set, well, it actually wasn't thrown away. It wasn't thrown out. It was just sitting there in the side ditch. And we came home one day, and that son gun sitting in the edge of the ditch because I live in the country on the back roads. And I was like, somebody has just put their damn TV out. So I picked it up, put it on the back of the truck. I brought it in here, set it on top of the refrigerator, and plugged it up, and the son of a gun come on. And then a few months ago, a subscriber sent me that Roku thing. I plugged it up, and then since I got Wi-Fi, but you can see one side of it's blurred out. But if you turn the lights out, you can actually see it. I mean, it's still there. It's still there. It's just a little dark on the edge right there. Oh, yeah. Stranger Things is coming, boys and girls. Stranger Things is coming, and I'm ready. We got all the stuff ready, too. And I appreciate the ones that have sent stuff. You know who you are. I appreciate you. The ones that found stuff that we couldn't find. So, yeah, we got a Stranger Things party coming along. So I appreciate every single one of you. People are just slow and sour about how bad their life sucks. Mr. Magoo, I'm not sour. I'm not slow. I know I know these guys in here with these blue wrenches. They're not slow or sour on how bad their life sucks. I'll give you a little bit of inspiration in the words of Tulu TV. Tulu TV says, don't hate on it, just wait on it. And he also says, if it's not going your way right now, just wait 5, 10, 15 minutes. It can change. No, the people complaining. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm just saying. I'm just having a conversation with you. So yeah, like Tulu TV says, just wait 5, 10, 15 minutes. No politics and no religion. So boys and girls, y'all know, damn, I'm at 70 minutes. Boys and girls, y'all know I like to keep these lives at 60. So, boys and girls, remember what I said. I appreciate you, boys and girls. Hit that subscribe button, hit that share button, hit that motivation button. Remember what I said, don't worry about the man up the road or down the road. Sweep off your own front porch while sweeping off anybody else's. Put God first, loose and drag. Peace, 7 chicken grease, I'm out. Yes, sir, Mr. Magoo. We was just talking, brother. We was just talking.